The Greens, Mr. Co-President Daniel Cohn-Bendit.
Chers collègues,
my dear colleagues, lady and gentlemen from the Commission, there's one thing I don't understand here. 27,000 Tunisians, they're coming to Europe, we're told, and we're talking about insecurity. What insecurity? Now, it's true that incredible things have happened in Tunisia, in Egypt too, in Libya there's a war. But may I remind you that when we had a war in Bosnia, we handed out a free temporary residence permits as long as the war was going on. In Germany, they took hundreds of thousands of refugees. And, you know, Germany's still there. It hasn't gone under. All this talk about the ship going under is propaganda. And now you're telling us mafia, criminals, as if mafia and criminals were arriving in Lampedusa. They don't need Lampedusa, the criminals. They just walk in, you don't even see them, and they're in here. So stop, you know, telling us this stuff. The problem is quite simple. In North Africa, there are people who are seeking refuge elsewhere today. Let's have a pact of solidarity between Europe. 27,000, you know, spread around 400 million. You can't tell me that's a big problem. And let me tell you one thing. I am affected by this. How many Jews were turned down by the British, the Americans, when they fled because they were Jewish? That was in 1939, 1940. That was Europe. The UK was like that with the Jews. The United States, too, refused them. There was a boat called the St. Louis. I'm fed up of hearing every time people are in difficulty that they're the problem. The problem's not them, it's us. It's our ability to show solidarity. It's our ability to throw open our doors. Shut up! In all humbleness. Now, let me tell you something. Commissioner, President of the Council, let me tell you one thing. You know what happened in Paris. In Paris, young Tunisians had Italian residence permits. The French police arrived and they said, you know what we're going to do with your work permit? They tore them up. Is that European law today? A national police force who, you know, they've got a work permit officially issued by Italy, and the French police say, no, Mr. Sarkozy says this doesn't count, and they tear it up. If that's the law in Europe, then we're wrong. We are wrong. We've gone wrong. And that's why I'm asking you here today to put a stop to this. Stop telling us that the problems in North Africa are security problems. The problems in North Africa and the war in Libya, that is a problem of the insecurity of the poor people who live there. So let's share them out among us. Let's allow them to stay here with temporary residence permits until things calm down. If you spread them around with temporary residence permits throughout Europe, there'll be no problem. So today, if we agree to this debate on Schengen, if we agree to this populist pressure and racism, you know what there's going to be with these border checks. It will be a check on what people look like. No, Mr. Schultz, no, you can go through. Yeah, Mr. Verhofstadt, you can go through. Me too. But all those people with the darker skins, who look a little different, they'll be checked up on. And then we'll have Europe a la carte. Fine for the people with the white skin, but not the darker skin. And we will fight against that Europe.
Mr.